Hi everyone, welcome. It's good having you here. I'm feeling much better. I'm not well, and I may even have to take some breaks during the video, but you won't know about them because I'll edit them out. But it was time to remake my Manuka honey oats, one of the big sellers, and for any soap makers out there, I know this is one of our most popular blends, and there's a good reason for that. It makes for a bubbly, somewhat exfoliating, and what's even better, I believe, is a gentle, very cleansing soap that's non-stripping to the skin and just smells divine without having to add any fragrance. Now, I know people do add fragrances to this, and I have myself in the past. I used to try to keep this with a lavender and then an unscented, and the unscented always outsells the lavender. So in this remake here, this is an unscented one. It'll simply have the scent of my own delicious goat milk and the oats and the honey. Of course, as always, delicious Manuka honey, and you can see how thick and luscious that is. Isn't that just beautiful? And Manuka honey is, some people may ask, well, why would you use something like expensive Manuka honey in soap, a wash-off product? Well, look, a lot of the science is out on various different aspects of soap. I can't make any claims and say that soap does anything other than clean. But what I can say is that there are soaps out there that tend to strip the skin of its own natural oils, and there are soaps out there that leave you feeling tight and your skin feeling tight and uncomfortable, and that's because it has taken off all the natural barrier on your skin. It's important that soap be gentle, that it do a good job of cleansing, of course, but that doesn't mean that it has to take away all the wonderful things that our skin does for us. It is, our largest organ, the most important organ on our body. Our skin is how we absorb the sun when we go outside. How do you think we get vitamin D from sunlight? Our skin is able to absorb that. Of course, too much of that can be a bad thing, can't it? And I think the same can be said of a lot of things. But back to why am I choosing Manuka honey? Because I believe that you deserve the very best that I can possibly give you. If I'm going to make a soap, I just figure I'm going to make the best soap that I can. Is it always perfect? Nope. That's why, sometimes you see people have to do, they have a fail and have to remake soap. I've done this in the past. You've seen the videos where I have to remake a soap into, another kind of soap because of a mistake that's made. But that being said, I always want to give you the best product that I possibly can, because what if? It does really make a difference. If it doesn't make any difference, you're not out anything. My soaps aren't overly priced, so you're not, missing out on anything. When you use my soaps, or anybody does for that matter, I don't do these videos to sell soap. So I am still not completely well, but I'm much better. I'm still stuck with a bit of a cough on occasion, which is why I'm wearing a mask right now, which is, when I'm doing this, we should always wear a mask, just in case, but I certainly am wearing a mask now in case I cough or anything like that. My hands are thoroughly washed and clean, being very, very careful. And what I have, by the way, is not contagious. It is a sinus issue based on allergies that I've not had in the past. And that's not all that's been going on with me. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this to you all, but I took a fall here a while back and I injured my hip, and I injured it a little more than I had thought I had. And I've paid a price for that. I'm moving around good. It does hurt a bit, but it's tolerable, and I'm not doing any further damage by moving about. As a matter of fact, being still and sedentary for me is much more dangerous than overexerting. So I've been doing much more of that. Even when it doesn't feel so good, I'm moving around, or trying to anyway, doing my best. All right, so my goat milk is almost melted here. I need to take you all out and introduce you to some of my ladies again. It's been a while since I've done a video of my goats, and they have just, they're so giving. They provide me milk, which, yes, I actually drink and make cheese out of. I've made buttermilk with it. I have made butter. Yes, you can make butter out of goat milk. It's a little trickier. All the steps are a little bit trickier, but I love my goats, and I should go out and do some filming with them for you because I'm so proud of them. They're such lovely ladies, and they do a lot. I mean, they keep the weeds down, they help fertilize, they help keep some of the invasive species of shrubs that have popped up in the state of Texas, this part of Texas, keep those down to a minimum. Anyway, so let me get my oils and butters, and we're going to put all this together and make this delicious soap. So first, what I'm going to do is incorporate my colloidal oats. And I put a lot of oats in this one. I want it really oat heavy and very honey heavy. And this is, let's see, about 2 cups of Manuka honey. Isn't that just so thick and delicious? All right, in goes our goat milk. And I know it looks orange now. That will change. It's a very high fat goat milk. And then the Manuka honey, very high in sugar as well, is the sugar in the milk. So it's not unusual for it to turn, but as soon as it cools, it'll return to a beautiful oatmeal-y color. I promise you. Made this a few hundred times. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these cut. I've got to do some cleanup on them, some beveling. I'm going to have to get them stamped and all that kind of wonderful stuff. But I've enjoyed talking with you all today. I really have. I hope that this isn't too political for some of you that I brought this up. But I just like to talk, and so I did some talking. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. You have a terrific day, and I'll see you back soon. Goodbye.